All right, folks. Now, the question is, can the Republicans beat socialism in the midterms? That's the subject of the riff. Now, look, it may wind up being a huge gift to the GOP come November. But the far-left, socialist, anti-Semitic, anti-American Democrats, they had a field day yesterday in carrying these Michigan primaries. Of course, the leader is this Abdul El-Sayed, who won his Senate race by a cat's whisker, but he won it. He didn't get any black votes, I don't think. He didn't get any brown votes. He didn't get any working-class votes. But he beat a regular Democrat who was backed by Chuck Schumer and Governor Gretchen Whitmer. So the El-Sayed Democrats, they're really no different than the Mandami Democrats or the Bernie Sanders Democrats or the AOC Democrats. It is interesting politically how fast the socialists have taken over in the last couple of years. And the issues are they're familiar and very bad for America. It's big government socialism. It's this Medicare for all, which is really a euphemism not simply for government control of health care, but frankly, for government control of the entire economy. Hence the flirtation not just with socialism, but really with communism. Of course, massive tax increases, the destruction and liquidation of wealth, the destruction of success, the end to individual initiative, the end to work incentives, open borders, anti-cops, anti-ICE. This crowd, by the way, raised taxes beyond your wildest dreams. They have no family values. There's no community. There's no tradition. Some of them want to abolish the Thanksgiving Day holiday. All they can talk about is transgenderism, and then there's Palestine. Oh, Palestine. Anti-Semitism is perhaps the driving, animating force behind this entire socialist movement. The biggest issue in the Michigan Senate race seemed to be the hatred of Israel, which, of course, levers off the anti-Semitism of Mandami in New York, and it is catching on all the socialists. Our friend Ben Domenech calls it the Dems party of commie ISIS. Well put. He'll be here in just a moment to talk about it. Now, on the other hand, this is a great Republican opportunity if the GOP can seize it. The problem here is we're in a booming economy, all cylinders, manufacturing, technology, consumers, businesses, a roaring stock market today, another record. Trump accounts, the most popular thing going. But no one seems to know it according to the best polls. I'm talking likely voters here, from ace Republican pollster John McLaughlin, all right, among the best in the business. Not registered, not adults, actual likely voters who participated in the last elections, all right? The McLaughlin polls show, he asked, is the economy worse or better? Are you listening? 56% say worse. 37% say better. And then he goes on. Are the Trump tax cuts of last year good enough to improve the economy? Only 26% said yes. Boy, that sounds like a messaging problem. But you know what? It's a policy problem, too. Today, in the paper, old Reagan hand, my pal Bruce Thompson, and this was copied by the Committee to Unleash Prosperity Hotline. He notes, listen to this, Americans pay more in taxes than they spend on food, clothing, and housing. That's right. As of last year, $8,192 billion federal, state, and local taxes, and $7,388 billion on food, clothes, and housing. All right? That is not affordability. And I think that's got people down. They should be up, but they're not. Yet, the Republican Congress has completely bungled the budget. There's just a couple days left. No pro-growth tax cuts, no strong communication of the economic successes and the boom, no reform of the spending cuts. Today, I just saw the vice president talked about $56 billion of waste fraud. Why isn't that in the budget? Times 10 years, that would be $560 billion of spending cuts from waste, fraud, and corruption. Why isn't that in the budget? Anyway, if the GOP doesn't wake up, If the GOP doesn't start to develop some policies, if the GOP doesn't start to develop some significant messaging, then they may bungle not just the midterm election, but they may bungle the whole battle with this democratic socialism. And I can't think of anything worse for America. All right, that's the riff.